This is the Cengell GH5 Eyecup. So this is actually the world's first third-party Eyecup for the Panasonic GH5. It was developed by Engell, who has also developed the A6500 Eyecup, which I have here in my hand. You can see the frame here. It's kind of the same frame that Chris has used for the A7S, A7S2, A7R2 model. And if we go ahead and pop off the GH5 Cengell Eyecup, which it's really simple. We'll go over how you put it on, how it operates. See, and what I did is I sent my GH5 Eyecup to Chris, and he made a mold of the Eyecup itself, the frame. And you can see here's the actual frame, how it goes on. It just slides on right over the two rails that are on top of the GH5. And you can see that it is 3D printed, but regardless of that, it is nice and strong. It's tough, it's not going to break, and it is just nice, secure, tight fit. Here's the front of the Eyecup just to show you. So the way this goes on is just goes right over the top. You can see here there's a groove here, and there's also a groove here on the other side. And basically what it does is it slides over both those two grooves and just goes right down. So here I'll show you with one hand. It's on top, and then we just go ahead and push down. Now, I don't know if this will be addressed in future issues, but the Eyecup does in fact block the eye sensor. So if you're one of those people that uses the eye sensor, it will unfortunately block it. Now, there is no way to get around this. I've tried, believe me. It's just a flaw in the design, and it's not really a flaw in the design on Chris's part per se. It's a flaw in the design on the GH5 because of the way that they have put the eye sensor in, because of the way that this comes down. I have the original GH5 Eyecup here, and because of the inherent nature of this particular Eyecup, the the stock GH5 Eyecup, it will block the sensor unless you have some sort of frame design that comes down on the sides, but doesn't cover the middle. The Cengell Eyecup does in fact cover the middle portion, so it does block out the eye detector, but I'm not really one that uses the eye detector. In fact, I have I believe it's this button here, this button or the FN3, that is set for eye switching, and when I want to put it up to my eye and use the EVF, then I will use that button and go ahead and do it. I know there is a button over here that's dedicated, but I don't like it over here. It's not as fast in my A6500, which I'm accustomed to shooting with photos and video. That doesn't have a button in that location, so I just use the left jog wheel button, which is right here. And I'm pretty sure the Panasonic does that. I can't remember if they set up the buttons for up, down, left, right on this little jog wheel, but it's either the FN3 or this button, but mine is set up to switch between the EVF and the monitor. So if we just take a look here, this is the original GH5 Eyecup. Look how thin that is. It really doesn't do a good job of protecting your eye, number one, from the sun. Number two, it does not do a good job of blocking out light, especially when you're taking photos and you're using the EVF. It just doesn't. This, however, if we take a look at it, look how much real estate, how much more you have. First of all, it gives you a ton of surface area, and not only that, but look how thick it is, how it comes out from the frame. Now, there is an inherent design issue, and it is not, again, Chris's fault, it is Panasonic's fault. The way they designed the EVF is that when this is on, if you are wearing glasses, it is a little bit difficult to use the glasses and get all the way up to the EVF and see everything inside the EVF itself. Now, if you're not wearing glasses, or you are a glasses person, take your glasses off and put it directly up to your eye, and you will have full viewfinder coverage. It's only when you wear glasses that you're gonna have to struggle a tiny little bit to see the corners. It's not much, just a tiny little bit. and you'll be able to see all four corners if you don't have glasses. If you do have glasses, just take them off when you're shooting and just use the EVF as it was designed, pressed against your eye, and let that be your magnification. Here, just for example, is the stock A6500. Here, I'll show them together. Is the stock A6500 Eyecup, which is kind of funny. Next to the stock GH5 Eyecup, you could see the size difference there. A little bit ridiculous. But those stock ones, again, are so thin in comparison. Whoops, they're so thin in comparison that they don't block out light. But thankfully, the Cengell Eyecup for the GH5 comes out so far that it definitely blocks out light. Makes it really easy to shoot photos in bright lighting conditions, sunny days, or in the studio using flash or strobes. And I find it great. It's nice and comfortable. I do wish the rubber was a little bit bigger and had even more surface area, but you know, I'm not really going to complain or take points off for that because it is pretty comfy. And I have, I have the A6500 one and the A7R2 one, and those are both very comfy and they work great. And so does the GH5 one. It does not block the LCD also. This is super important. The GH4, when I was using the G Cup, which I love by Miller & Schneider, it was really difficult to open this LCD while it was on. You had to kind of flip this up and then pull it out, and then when you were closing it, you had to flip it up and then push it in. Otherwise, it would get caught on the bottom of this. So if we show you here, if I open up the LCD, you can see it will hit it, but let's see if I can do this so you can see it. It's barely going to tap it. So you're not gonna have issues closing this and opening it, which I find so helpful, because I can't tell you enough times how it sucked to have to try to close the GH4 and every single time lift up that Eyecup, especially when you're trying to do it one-handed, lift up that Eyecup and have to close this. Now when you close this, it will get snagged a tiny bit, but because it's not coming down so far, it just goes right under and closes no problem. And that's one of the huge benefits of the Cengell Eyecup, is that it really does not come in the way of the LCD. Again, here you can see opening, try not to get in front of the light, opening and closing, no problem. So would I recommend the Cengell GH5 Eyecup? Yes, I would. Yes, I absolutely love it. I think it's a great product. For the price, you really can't beat it. There's nothing else out there. There is no other GH5 Eyecup out there. So, you know, I would have to say that, yeah, I thoroughly enjoy the GH5 Eyecup. I use it all the time when I'm taking photos in bright conditions outdoors. And another really cool thing that that Chris did is that he realized that the GH5 is a fully weatherproof, weather-sealed camera. So he took his GH5 rubber and frame and everything and made sure that it was freeze-proof and does not have that weird odor that some of the other rubber manufacturers have. No odor, freeze-proof, weatherproof, awesome. Absolutely awesome. I can't recommend this enough. It does help keep the rain and the dust off, and it stops or reduces fogging when you're in the cold. So definitely something that you should look into if you do a lot of photography out in bright sunny conditions. Highly recommend it. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is the Chris Engell GH5 Eyecup. Do you use the EVF or are you a monitor person? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me at all of my social media pages, which can be found in the description, as well as a link to purchase the GH5 Eyecup from Chris Engell. And I will catch you guys in the next video.